and muting. There we go. So we are into our part 4 of our 8 sessions. And today we are still focusing on our nervous system. And we are also aware that we are resetting and refreshing our system. So we're going to do something a little bit different and some familiar things today as we move through. The invitation is, first of all, to sit right back into your chair. Like, own the whole chair, like right back in, however you want to, so that you can, when I sit right back, my feet just land on the floor. If you're on another chair, it could be that your feet don't even touch. So just an awareness of how that fits for you. All right. So while you find yourself sitting back on your chair, you might notice the underneath your thighs and all the way back to your sit bones and your butt cheeks and everything like that as the support of the chair. And I'm going to invite you, provided your chair has a back, for you to feel if there's a gap between the seat and the back of the chair, or whether there's not. And notice where the back of your body has contact with the chair and when it does not. So just notice that. You can't get this wrong. It's your chair, it's your body. So we're just noticing those contact points. And then just gently move from one side to another of the sit bones so that you can feel that contact. Lovely. All right, we're going to come into a breathing practice. So we're going to start off easy and we're going to breathe in for the count of 4. So inhale, you're going to pause, and then we're going to exhale for 4. Just pause for a moment, in for 4. Pause, and out for 4. Another one in, and pause, and then out. Pause, in, pause, and out. No breath for a moment. Down. And then let the breath breathe you. I'm going to rub our hands together. Nice. And rigorously. Get them nice and hot. Hot, 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 hot. And then pause for a moment, just feel the tingle. And then just placing it over your face. Maybe into your eyes or over the whole of your face. Inhale. And then exhale, long out breath. Beautiful. We're coming back to the breathing again. Inhale for 4, hold, and then exhale for 4. So inhale, pause, and out. Pause, and out. In, and pause, out. Pause, in, pause, and out. Pause. And then just breathe as you want to breathe. So now, from this position here, notice the whole of your body, from the tips of your feet, maybe wiggle your toes, all the way up through your feet, ankles, knees, hips, back, the support to your shoulders, and up to the top of your head, maybe tucking in your chin a little bit. Good morning, body, or hello, body. Hello there. So this breathing has already brought us into more of what's called a coherence. So a little bit more of a meeting of the system. Let's come forward in our chair, however you want to do that. I just push my butt forward, but you might like to walk your sit bones forward and gently bring yourself forward, closer to the edge of the chair than back. So not in the middle, but closer to the edge, so that you definitely have your feet on the floor and you have some space between you and the chair. All right. So we're going to invite you to raise your arms just gently. We're just exploring how they feel right now. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. And one more. And exhale. Pause. And now push your palm. If the floor was there, you'd be pushing into the ground. So you've kind of got this pushing into the ground. Fingertips are up, and you're going to push your toes also into the ground so that you're imaginary with the hands and feet, heels pushing into the earth. And release. Again, just like the other day, there's this tension to release. Tension to release. Tension to release. So the reason we bring ourselves into attention is to allow the body to realize that's what we're doing, and then purposefully let go of more than the muscles than you just tensioned. So again, pushing into the heels. You might notice that the butt cheeks kind of do this little grabby, and then imagining that your heels are onto the floor. You've got a tension in your body. You might breathe in and then release, and release the tension all the way through. Perhaps it's a little bit of a wiggle. It might be a stretch. What's the reaction that happens for you in that tension? Okay, we're going to take the top of the foot and put a little bit of weight on the top of the foot, on one of your feet. So you're going to feel it through the top of the foot and perhaps down the front of your shin. So as you do that, an invitation to push into the other foot's heel and also into the top of the foot. Just enough tension that you can feel it, not to hurt. So again, this is this tensioning to release. Release that foot now. Place the base of the foot on the floor. Notice the reaction of your body. So our nervous system is all connected with everything. Yeah, it's all interacting all the time. Take your other leg, put the top of the foot on the earth. Again, here we can push into the foot that's on the ground, push into that, and also into the top of the foot. Now, in reflexology, again, your feet and your fingers and on your face are all connected to the nerves. It's all communication. And so when we take the tension off your foot, when we bring awareness to the top of our feet, we're also releasing tension across the body. Pause, feet on the earth, softening your eyes, breathing in for 4. Inhale. Pause, exhale. Pause. Breathing in for 4. Pause. Exhale. Pause. One more set. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Beautiful. Pause. And stillness. Now you'll begin to notice that there's a difference between the tension and the releasing, and then a softness that comes in with the breath, perhaps. And if you experience something different than that, that's perfect too. All right, we're going to take our arms up and we're going to gently move our arms from side to side. We're going to sway like a tree. So just having the experience of that. Release. Come down to the floor. Feel your feet into the earth. Knees. Base of the seat. You're sitting forward in your chair a little bit. We're going to inhale up. Now do it with your breath. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. You're just gently breathing in and out. The arms are doing more work than the body, because if I wasn't doing my arms, it's just kind of this movement. If I had my hands on my head, I'm gently taking my ribs away from one side of my hips, and then I'm correcting that on the other side. So I'm giving some space to my ribs and hip line. The arms make it look like this. If I'm not using my arms again, I'm just pulling the sides of my body apart for a moment. Not really, but kind of. And giving some space. Pause and release. And again, this can be a lot in the system. So we're going to breathe, inviting you to close your eyes and breathe in for 4. Inhale. Pause at the top and exhale. Pause at the bottom and then inhale. Pause, exhale. Pause, inhale. Pause, exhale. Pause, and then just still. Beautiful. Now we're going to do some extremes, and we're going to change up what we're doing. We're going to do a bit of marching, so we're going to get the system excited a little bit. We're going to, one foot, one arm. Little bit of marching along, marching along, marching along. Now, you don't have to lift your feet as much as I am. You might just lift your heels. And that is just as perfect. You can give yourself more lift and more uplift in the heart if you raise your arms a little bit. Or you could just be stomp, 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 stomp. So you can work exactly where you are at with this. And what are we doing here? Well, base of the feet are on the ground, and then off the ground, we're left and right brain hemisphere crossovers. We're giving ourselves a little bit of a raise of the heartbeat. And when you're ready, we're going to pause, come into stillness again. Inhale for 4. Pause. Exhale for 4. Pause. One more. Inhale for 4. Pause. Exhale. And pause. stillness. And then again, we're going to get the system going. Just a minute. And off we go. Again, you can come up on your toes. Feels quite nice actually up on your toes, just letting your heels bounce down. Now, there's an interesting thing with this little jolting that happens through something like this, that allows the system to have a little bit of a shake. And when the system shakes, it sends a vibration across the system to, hey, take note here, hey, take note here. So as you're marching and I'm marching and trying to talk at the same time, I invite you to see what happens when you lifting your elbows a little bit at the back. What do you notice about that? So just a little bit more, like 1 millimeter more. Oops, I've just crossed myself over there. And when you're ready, we're going to pause. Come into stillness. Notice what you notice. We're going to breathe in. Before, inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. And then close your eyes. And into stillness. Beautiful. We're always working with our spine. So today I'm going to invite you to place your hands on your hips. You can feel them. And then tilt your pelvis. Now on the chair, there's only so much of a tilt of the pelvis that can happen. So this is this tailbone going under and tailbone coming out. So that the pelvis is just moving as far as it can for you while seated. Let your breath breathe you as you do it. Because of the way this works, you'll get to a point where you just know you've had enough. Because we're stimulating the system there. We're going to pause. We're going to breathe in for 4, inhale. We're going to pause. We're going to exhale. Pause, inhale. Pause, exhale. Pause. Now I've got something fun for you. What we're wanting to do here is we can stimulate the feet and the knees a little bit. Stimulating the base of the spine is going to take a little bit more. So I invite you to take yourself back in your chair and to just gently bounce. Now, if that doesn't work for you, just a little up and down and up and down and up and down. The sit bones. Little squeeze, up and down and up and down. And when you've had enough, pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. And then just let everything fall away. Likely you can feel the stimulation of your body. It's likely you can kind of notice the enlivenment in your system. I'm going to come forward a little bit where we were before on the chair. And we're going to inhale up and exhale down. So here what we're doing too is also gaining a little bit of inhale and exhale. That's what it can look like, or inhale and exhale, depending on what works for you. Inhale, these are big movements, so please you might only need two. And exhale. Inhale and exhale, then pause. I hope by now you'll be beginning to notice that sometimes the slowness, stillness, or the little movements themselves are quite effective for your body, especially to shift your system from one way of feeling into another way of feeling. As we release the energy in our system through the movement, what happens is the communication of our system can feel quite stimulated and quite excited by the shift. And so that will allow your body to move differently. That's me pretending that I know how your body's going to move. All right. We're going to take our hands up to our shoulder. Now you might like to have them down there, or you can hold them up, so whichever way works for you. We're going to inhale to the left-hand side, and we're going to exhale to the right. Inhale left, exhale right. Now this won't be my camera mirrors, so make sure you work out what your left hand is, and it's likely you'll be going opposite to me. So you inhale left, exhale right. If you have your elbows up, it's inhale left, exhale right. And repeat this for a moment. Good for your lungs. Exhale. One more. And then back to center. Pause for a moment. Then we're going to breathe in for 4. Inhale. Pause and exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause and exhale. 4. Release. And then gently feel into your body, one side to another. Yeah, there's a lot of energy. Okay. So now what might the body want? So I'm going to invite you to sit back a little bit in your chair and cross one leg over the other and tuck them both in. So you're sitting back a little bit in your chair so that you can tuck under if you can. We're going to inhale up and we're going to cross our hands at the top. Reach, stretch, release, and then cross over the other way. See if you can remember which way you crossed at the top. You're not going to lose any brownie points that you do. Beautiful, tucking onto those toes and release, and then the other way. That's right. Into the toes and release, and then the other way. And release. Pause for a moment. Then inhale for 4. Pause and exhale. Pause, inhale. Pause and exhale. Pause, inhale. Pause, exhale. Pause, inhale again. Pause, exhale. Pause, and then just release. So now notice your spine, notice your seat, notice the way you are feeling on your chair. Where you notice inside your body and outside your body. It's very interesting because we have this whole space that we have access to. So some people describe this kind of feeling that's available is that they're aware of the whole of their body now. Sometimes when we have pain, we have become aware of parts of our body. When we feel very healthy, when we feel quite good within a breathing or a movement class, often we get the view of the whole of our body again. It's like it's all come back together. It's like that one family unit. All right, so I'm going to invite you to bring your fingers together, cross them over. So make it so that if you're a female, it's left over the right thumb. If you're a male, it's right over the left. So just like that, and then cross your fingers together. You're going to turn them inside out and give your arms a little bit of a stretch. Beautiful. Bring it back in again. Left over right if you're female, right over left if you're male. Inhale up. Point your fingers, your index fingers up. Exhale down. And turning your fingers inside. See if you can stretch across your shoulder blades as you're doing this. Beautiful. Inhale. Index fingers to the sky, left over right. Okay, just give it a go. Inhale up. Beautiful. Exhale down and turning inside out. Beautiful. One more. Inhale up, index fingers to the sky. Pointy fingers to the sky and exhale down. Hands stretching. And breathe your arms up. So this would have worked in the shoulder area too. Tucking your chin in, lifting the back of your head up. And exhale. Inhale, nose and chin to horizon. And exhale, chin tucked in again. Inhale, nose and chin to horizon. And exhale, tucking in. Inhale up to horizon. Now I'm going to invite you to open your eyes, right? So I'm going to invite you to open your eyes. Now you can do this either with your finger or just with your eyes. What we're inviting you to do is have a look at the whole of your screen. So sometimes now we get very focused, we're reading or we're crocheting or we're watching tablets or phones and we're just very focused like this. So we're wanting to release our eyes and release the back of the eyeball. So I'm going to invite you to look up and then over to one side and down. And if I was taking it, my hand is going to do this all the way over to the other side. So that's across the whole sky factor. What about around the room? And again, you can't get this wrong. This is just an exploration of your own eyes. So I'm still looking at my finger. Now I'm going to release my finger and I'm going to look at the whole room. Purveying is a great word. Purveying the whole room, looking across the whole room from floor to ceiling, or if you happen to be enjoying this outside, all the way to the horizon. Pause for a moment, close your eyes, and just allow yourself to open up and maybe just sort of cross-eyed, just look to your nose. Just look to your nose. It's not really cross-eyed, but just bringing them together. Beautiful. Open your eyes. And little circles, little explorations again. Just allowing the movement of the head and the eyeballs. There's a lot of work we can do with the eyes, but today we're just simply having a game of play with them. Squeeze your face shut and then open it wide. Squeezing shut again. Like it's very sour. And then opening. And then squeezing shut again too. And then open. Squeezing shut again. Open. Gonna breathe in for 4. Inhale. Maybe soften your eyes or just let them look at the floor and pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause and exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause and exhale. Pause. One more. Pause and exhale. Pause. And then just let your own breath breathe you. Invitation to sit back into your chair like you did at the beginning. All the way back so that you can feel where the back of the chair touches your back. You can feel the seat underneath your thighs. And just have a look across your system. Notice what you're noticing. Notice how you're feeling. Massage there, just gentle up and down your arms, just a loving stimulation. Incredible how healing our own hands across our body are. So maybe it's the shoulders and up and down the arms, perhaps it's across the chest a little bit. Gets into the hands. Just gently releasing tension as we are sitting there. Pause. So we've done quite a lot of breathing today, and yet I'm kind of going to guess quite strongly that your body feels quite stimulated. It's incredible how the way we do something can make a real difference to the way it results in our body. I'd love to hear your feedback about it. So just drop me a message either in the text or by email in response, and or however you access this video. Just love to know how it's working with your system, what you're noticing about how your body responds to these kind of practices. which appear really simple and yet have a real depth to them when we land within the intention. I want to thank you very much, so much for showing up. Please feel free to individually share the videos when you have access to them. I'd love to let people have, if you find it useful, that other people might have access to it too. Thank you. You have a good day. That was short of a 40-minute class, but my body says that we've had enough for today anyway. So thank you. You know.